All right, well, good morning, and thank you for coming. My name is Ryan Shotford, and I'm the Emergency Management Director here in Portage County. Today, we have a lot of excitement. We finally get the opportunity to officially release the app. First and foremost, I want to introduce some of our speakers. To my left is the President of the Board of County Commissioners, Maureen Frederick.
Good morning.
To my right, Kathleen Chandler, Commissioner, and Vicki Klein, Commissioner, and Mr. Robert Walker, EMS and Preparedness Coordinator at UH Portage Medical Center, and he's also the Chairman of our EMA and Local Emergency Planning Boards. So at this time, I'm going to turn it over to Maureen for introductions. Thank you.
Thank you, Ryan. It's a good thing I can't see over this podium. Good morning. This is truly a very exciting day for us, and a day that reflects a lot of accomplishment on Ryan's part, on anyone associated with the EMA program. Bob Walker is chair, the advisory board itself. People like Amy Chaika, who volunteers her time as a really kind of primary PIO, that's Public Information Officer, although I know you're all media people, so you understand that. As president of the Board of Portage County Commissioners, I'd like to welcome all of you and thank you for attending this launch of the new Portage County Emergency Management app. We are very proud that it is the first app for an emergency management agency in Northeast Ohio. It's no secret that so many people rely on and use smartphones and tablets to communicate, that Portage County has initiated its own free app to provide one place for our approximately 162,000 residents to find important information at any time, including weather reports, daily situation reports, such as even Amber Alerts, and links to emergency information. It is a powerful tool for preparing for and staying safe in a disaster. Since 2013, we have continued our commitment to advise and improve our social media capabilities for disaster response through our Portage Prepares program as residents' method of receiving communication rapidly changes. We will be willing to spread the word about the availability of the app. Our volunteers were at the Randolph Fair. They have been out in community demonstrating the technology and helping residents download it. I think we've even had, occasionally we'll have some of the EMA equipment at some locales like Walmart and the big box stores like Lowe's. And it'll give us an opportunity to spread the word even further. The features of the app, combined with an education and information program like Portage Prepares, put the county in a strong position to be proactive should we face a disaster. And we hope and pray that it will not be the case, but your Board of County Commissioners is committed to developing as many resources as possible to help keep our citizens safe. The Board of Commissioners would like to thank Director Ryan Shackelford. And by the way, this is a digression, but when we interviewed Ryan, one of the things he brought up was he would like to develop an app. And I'll tell you, that hit home with all of us. Leading the project, and also our thanks to the volunteers who staff Portage Prepares. Our web presence and social media have also been supported and received guidance from the County Information Technology Department, Brian Kelly, under the Portage County Auditor, Mrs. Esposito, and headed, as I said, by Brian Kelly. Board? Kathleen?
Did you want Ryan to go over the app features first?
Sure.
That's fine.
That's fine, and then Mr. and Bob Walker is going to speak also. Go ahead, Bob.
Well, when we look at the core capabilities of Emergency Management Office, and the first one that populates in any FEMA website or any local emergency management agency is public information and warning. Outside that, what can we do to get resources down to the lowest level possible to every citizen in the county to get the information they need to prepare themselves before, during, and after an event. And I think our public education output here in Portage County is second to none. And that is by the volunteerism of our Portage Repairs Committee and our social media groups to help get the message out during events. We sat down with, the company is OCV, they're out of Auburn, Alabama, and we sat down with a Mr. Jay Baxter. And Jay lives in Hoover, Alabama, but one was neat is he's actually from the city of Ravenna and went to Ravenna High School. So he's been trying to reach out to Portage County for some time, and we just happened to have the same idea at the same time. And talking to Jay, I said, Jay, I want something that's Portage County centric, that when you download the app, you feel Portage County. I think that's evident, that as soon as you click on it and it loads, you see a great image of pictures that are taken across the county, and you get the feel from Acorn Alley in Kent to our cornfields in Palmyra and Edinburgh. You just wanted to feel that this is Portage County when you downloaded it. Some of the features that were specific about it was, how are we going to be more visible? How are we going to reach out? And as soon as you download, in the top left corner was the About Us section. It goes into what the local emergency management office is in charge of, who's the staff, and also our chairman as well, and what we're here to do. Next to that was your daily situation report. I kind of looked at other counties across the country and the apps they've developed and what they were doing. And one I noticed in Florida was the situation report that had constant updates of rip tides and things of that nature. And we actually did that. And if you had it downloaded prior to today, you would have noticed last week during Hurricane Patricia, I had updates about wind and rain in there. Second to that was a weather radio. Below that, instead of going to Radio Shack or wherever you could be, you can get a weather radio that streams from our county office through the county internet onto the app, so you can listen to it if you're in the basement and get the weather radio. We also had our Facebook, Twitter, and Portage Repair social media outlets that you can just click and it takes you right to the page. Department of Homeland Security has a See Something, Say Something initiative. I think it's not prevalent that we do have the fear of homegrown terrorism. So if you do see something suspicious, this section in the app allows you to know where to report and where it's properly reported and what is exactly suspicious activity. What was something else is, what can I do to get, not only solicit our agency, but a lot of the fire and police in our county. We work together daily. So we put a section in there that had every fire and police department in the county that you can go right to the link. We also put a mass notification system. So if a local jurisdiction already had a communication device, we put the link in there so the citizen, if they lived in Kent, they can go to their link and upload their information to their system. There's also web links like ready.gov, Ohio EMA, and FEMA, to where every citizen can load a family plan for their family in emergency, what they can do ahead of time, from simple as putting batteries in your flashlights to make sure you check your fire alarms every year. And what was nice is, when you download the app, there's a notification that comes to your phone, or any kind of information that's loaded in there comes from me. A lot of apps are developed on people's smartphones every day. They come from California, Virginia, Florida. You don't know exactly who's administrating them. If you download the Portage County app, it's me. We're right here in Ravenna, and we administrate it, and I send push notifications to your phone during an emergency, whether it be a tornado warning, a hazmat event. We also load up in the daily situation report. For example, was some time ago we had the Ravenna cruise in. We had all the road closures and everything else in there, so where the citizen can get an update of where not to go. With road closures, we do have OGO attached to it. We want to show correlation with our state partners, with Ohio Emergency Management and ODOT. So we have all the roads in Northeast Ohio. If they have closed down, slow down. If you're taking 77 north towards Cleveland and 8 o'clock in the morning, you know you're going to get some heavy traffic. And finally, we had the damage report. So the citizen, if we did have a tornado like we did September 10th last year, the citizen can send images of damages to the neighbor's home, their home, right to my email, and it gives us situational awareness and allows us to submit those pictures to Ohio EMA for reimbursement possibilities. And then of course we want to show coordination with the county commissioners who've approved this project, and you'll see their names, all three, at the bottom. So at this time, I would like to turn it over to the county commissioners for any other statements.
This truly is exciting for the citizens in Portage County. Not only can the public access instant information anytime that they wish from their iPhone, iPad, or computer, but they can send their damage reports, pictures that will be received by our emergency management office, and they can report suspicious activities as well. We again thank Director Ryan Shackelford, Amy Chaika, Bob Walker, and the members of the LEPC and the EMA for their leadership and support for this significant accomplishment.
I would just like to say I'm glad to be part of this, and this is what can happen when you work as a team. As they always say, there's no I in team, and it took many people to put this together, and I would also like to thank everyone that was involved. I don't know if Patty was mentioned, but she certainly should be mentioned. Amy Chaika was mentioned already, especially Director Shackelford. As Maureen said, I was not here when he was first hired, but that was one of his goals, and it's finally come to fruition, and I'm sure he's very pleased with it, and so are we. And I downloaded mine as soon as I could, and I love it. Thank you.
Bob Walker. They chair the LAPC advisory and the EMA advisory as well. And it's been a very exciting time to be walking this path for the last 2 years with Ryan since he's been on, and the whole team with this new cutting edge, and he certainly has walked it with us, so we appreciate that. So it's perfect timing with our emergency preparedness, and it's a great service to our community and our county that this application is available to us. Social media definitely has taken a forerun in this, and so we want to thank all those people that's been out there to help us move this forward, especially with the news media. So news media, thank you for coming today and helping us share that word out. I'll personally be standing at the door to make sure you have that loaded on your phones before you leave. But we also want to send out, yes, we also want to send out gratitudes. And the gratitudes is actually, Ryan, for your foresight when you first came here. It's been 2 years of fruition, but it certainly has come a long way, and it's done. So we can mark that off your list, but it's a great accomplishment for the county. I also want to thank the EMA advisory and LAPC members is a multidisciplinary teams that have helped us walk this walk with Ryan. I want to thank the Board of Commissioners especially for authorizing and okaying for us to keep moving forward with this project. And also want to thank the Portage Preparers, which is made up of a group of people as well. So Ryan, your staff, and all those who are involved, thank you. So there's their gratitudes. And we also have Facebook and tweet. Portage Preparers talks about that. So make sure you become part of our great accomplishment.
Thank you. Thanks for all you do. Also, we'd be remiss if we didn't mention Jim Allward, who is in the back of the room, who is,
Yes.
helps us countless times with EMA and LAPC, and is always there. And he did go as far as even providing the duct tape this morning. But no, he's very resourceful and very helpful. Thank you. I think that's pretty much, right?
Yeah.
You have some concluding remarks?
We have to ask for questions from.
Oh, sure.
If there's any
Sorry.
closing, we'll go ahead and open it up for questions.
If people download this, how far out does it work? I mean, if you've got, people travel with smartphones all the time, so they can keep track of what happens if they're on the road, they can keep track of what's happening back
Wherever
home.
they're going. As long as they have cell phone internet coverage, they'll be able to download the app
Okay.
and actually be able to visit it. Now the weather, if you do the location services, the weather stays with you. So you'll have your current location, but then also if you click the Portage County tab, it's specific to Portage, and then you'll get a radar. So your current location doesn't show you the radar, but Portage County's radar is always on the phone. They do local, regional, and national radar.
Okay.
By
So
the
in
way,
case
you-
of an emergency, like you were saying, if you've got this on your phone and you're, sheltering in place in your basement, and you still, hopefully, still have cell service, you can get radar as well as the National Weather Service.
Yes, you'll still get our weather radio dispatching, and you'll still get the push notifications from me.
Okay.
You know, I've got a comment. This morning I was thinking of, after reading some of the release, a word that would sum up the essence of Portage County, and I came up with Portage-centric. And I neglected to say that, but I heard you say it, so, which is wonderful. So it is Portage-centric, I think, particularly in the sense of our needs here in the county, but also having the distinction of being the first in northeastern Ohio to have
I think we're the third in the state.
Any-
Do you guys happen, I mean, if you don't know, it's okay, how many people have downloaded the app?
You know what, I checked right after the Randolph Fair, so this was August. We did a soft release in August, and this is the final opportunity. We finally had to do the full media release. And the fair was was cold week, so we had not so much traffic that we wished at our booth, but we had, after that, over 300. So, and it was a really soft release, just as someone came in, we talked about it, so. I'm actually hoping to hear back from the stats today of how many we have downloaded now.
Good.
Maybe you could get back with him, Ryan, and let him
Absolutely.
know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure,
I'll
sure.
Yeah.
follow up,
Contact information.
absolutely.
Okay.
Or call anytime. We'd be happy to give you any information.
Do you have a target, of downloads that you think, what's your market saturation or success level?
162,000.
162,000.
So that's-
I was
you know,
just
it's
thinking that.
Population, everybody has a smartphone, including me.
Well, I understand that, and we kind of learned that at the fair was,
Yeah.
the general idea that everybody has a smartphone wasn't necessarily true, but a large portion does. So we try to meet, whatever way you receive the information, everybody's different, whether you just love it on Facebook, Twitter, you like apps, you like reading a newspaper. I love reading a newspaper. I actually personally don't have a Facebook account, but I do it for work. And I love the old, just the way of reading a newspaper. So we try to meet everybody's needs, and as it adapts, so 5 or 10 years from now, apps aren't cool anymore, and neither are smartphones, then we'll adapt with it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And that's it? Thank you.
All right. Thank you for coming.
Excellent,
Thank you.
excellent job, excellent.
Thank you for coming.
You're a very gifted speaker.
Ready?
Ryan.